Hey, shalom everyone. All praises the Most High Yahweh, the God of our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Also, I want to give recognition to the Holy Spirit and also recognition to Yahweh Shai. Now, brothers, I am about to have a discussion with a brother who think that women can't wear pants. So, everybody sit back and enjoy. Got some of my resources up, posts that I have made in the past. So, yeah, I'm about to tell this brother he can go ahead and call me. And we're about to get it popping. So, everybody sit back and hopefully you can use this as your defense too when brothers try to say that you cannot wear pants, or your wife can't wear pants. So hopefully you'll give me a call soon. And I can answer that for him. So we're waiting for him. He messaged me a second ago. It's been a while since I spoke about it, so I gotta kind of go back and check out my old posts that I made. Because a lot of people, they believe that women cannot wear pants, and that's not true. There's nothing in script that supports that. Because when you actually go to the Strongs and you look at what the priests wore, they didn't wear pants. They didn't wear actual trousers. And there's scripture to break that down, as we see right here. A lot of people try to say that pants is what our what our men wore. We didn't wear pants. We didn't wear pants at all. So let me pull up Deuteronomy 22:5. I can kind of get everything ready and lined up. Okay, and Exodus, what was it? Exodus 28:42. Exodus 28:42. So right here, because this is where it talks about Aaron, his sons. Okay. Okay, so right here, and this is where it says breaches. And all you have to do is just come over here to Strong's, check out breaches, which is Manak, and then it says underwear drawers. So this is to dispel the whole pants thing, because we don't wear pants as underwear. We don't wear them as that at all. Brothers try to say that women only wear pants. Sorry, I'm over here typing. But yeah, this brother, he basically, I guess my wife was in a picture that was advertising a sister's hoodie, and he was like, "Yo, why is she wearing pants?" Talking about my wife wearing pants, which really isn't any of his concern. My wife told him that, me and my husband, we have a totally different understanding. A lot of people have the wrong breakdown of what scripture is saying about breaches and what pertains to a man and a woman. And yeah, he's up here saying my wife is wicked and all this stuff. So it's like, okay, all right, that's your opinion, but can you prove it? Can you substantiate your claims? If you can't do that, then you're going off your own heart. You're leaning off your own understanding. So I'm just over here to have a conversation with him. He seems like he's not responding now. So I don't know if this is gonna happen anytime soon or whatnot. But yeah, so anyways, while I'm sitting waiting for him to call, um, and you guys, I have this video up on YouTube if you want to see the full breakdown of why there's nothing wrong with women wearing pants at all. If women can't wear pants, then men cannot wear pants. Why? Because we didn't wear pants in Israel at all. We just wore tunics. You know, so if you got a problem with sisters wearing pants, brothers can't wear pants either, because it just wasn't in our culture to wear pants. We wore tunics. You know, it does mention that the Levitical priests wore breeches, which were basically boxer shorts, but does that mean that women can't wear them? No, that doesn't mean that women can't wear them. Just because it mentioned that Levitical priests wore breeches. Okay, you know, men and women wore sandals. I'm sure the first person to ever wear a sandal was probably a man. Who knows? It may have been a woman. Either way, it would be considered cross-dressing. According to these brothers, their understanding, it would be considered cross-dressing if a woman wore shoes and they were originally made for men. You see what I'm saying? Or if it was vice versa, if shoes were originally made for women, but now men are wearing shoes. That it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of logical fallacy with that. It just doesn't make sense. So, anyways, hopefully this brother will call, and I'm gonna pick up on the computer, because that's why I'm actually recording through right now is the computer. So hopefully he'll call, and I'll pick up through the computer so you guys can hear him much more clear than it would be on my phone. So anyways, we're just waiting on him. But shalom everyone, OCO Grand Rising. Hopefully you guys are being blessed right now. Hopefully the Most High is, you know, he got you up under his arm and he's taking care of y'all right now, because we're living in hellish times right now, and the least thing we can be worried about is what other men's wives are wearing. You know what I'm saying? That's up to him and his wife. You can't control that at the end of the day. Once when you find out that a woman is married, you should just shut up and not even, you know, entertain that anymore. If she says that she has a husband and her husband is alright with her wearing pants, move on. That's not your business. That's not your concern. That's not your rib. You know, you're not one flesh with that woman. Move on. You can say and feel how you want. Move on after that point, because there's nothing you can do about that. That's not your situation. Like Yahweh Shai say, you shake the dust off and you move on. Point blank. Period. You know, but you know, I want to talk to this brother, of course, because there's too many brothers out here with that misunderstanding of, oh, well, you can't wear pants. I mean, even a close friend of mine think that you know, women can't wear pants. You know, I think that, yeah, a woman should be, you know, she should dress modestly, but I think men should dress modestly too. Is it right for, okay, it's not right for a woman to wear tight pants, showing her crotch and all that stuff, right? Her breast, you know, wearing tight clothes, all that stuff. But it's alright for a man to wear something that's showing off his dick print? That's alright? No, of course not. You know, so, and the reason why Yahweh wants us to dress modestly, and you know, that comes out of 1 Timothy. It's not a law. It's not a law at all. It's not. You know, people may try to, they will say whatever to make some things law, but it's not. It's not law at all. It's a suggestion. Just like, you know, women be silenced in church. It's a suggestion. It's not a law. Okay, here we go. There his brother is. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Myself as well.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, yeah, I'm Danyala. I'm the husband of Angie, the sister that you were speaking to on Instagram. Okay, so my wife, she told me that you, well, basically that we're gonna basically talk about the whole pants doctrine thing. So, what's your understanding on that?
That pants are made for men. They've always been since still today. Only been introduced towards women in the 1800s. Okay. Well, I'll say the 1900s when a large majority of women start wearing it.
Okay.
Our sisters really didn't wear it until like the 1950s or so when they started working during so-called liberal rights movement.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, in the Western, society, pants were introduced to women. It became more mainstream in the late 18th century, which would be the 1950s and stuff like that during the industrialization era, which is
Right.
correct. But you do know that women in other cultures outside of Western culture wore pants for thousands of years. You do know
Okay,
that,
not
right?
Israelite women though.
Yeah,
Not the daughters of Israel.
exactly, exactly, and I agree with that. But you do know that Israelite men didn't wear pants either, right?
Yeah, I'm sure we probably didn't wear pants because we have breeches.
Well, we
And
were okay.
Most High
So
spoke about priests not going upstairs so that you don't see their under
Con,
yeah.
exactly. I agree with you 100%. But we wore tunics. We didn't wear pants at all. Now, when you go over to Deuteronomy 22nd chapter, right? I believe it's verse 5. Let me verify that real quick. Okay. No, sorry. That's talking about women clothing pertaining to men. I believe it's over here in Exodus. Let me check this out real quick. So yeah, Exodus 28:42. It says, now this is talking about of course the Levitical priests, Aaron's sons and whatnot. So it says, and thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness, from the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach. Okay. Now, of course, this is talking about the Levitical priests, the breeches that they wear. Now,
Would
right
that be like
there,
shorts? Like basketball
exact,
shorts basically?
exactly. What it's telling you right there is that these breeches, because remember, breeches is just a translation. Our people didn't speak English, so we're doing the
Right.
best we can to translate these words over to our understanding, and that translated over to breeches. But does that necessarily mean that these breeches are bridges or trousers? No, not necessarily. So that's why when I'm trying to get an understanding of something, the best we can do is go back to the Greek and Hebrew and see what the translation came from. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I like to do. So as you picked up right there, when it comes to these breeches go from your loins, which is where your genitals are, that area, down to your thigh. That's not pants. Pants go all the way down to your ankle. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so on the breeches, is that pertains to men?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that it necessarily pertains to men.
Did the Most High ever command women to wear breeches?
Uh, no, the most
Anything of that sort. So
Yahweh.
that
But
pertains to men.
let me say this:
So
just because
but can we agree
Yahweh,
to that? That
okay,
pertains to
I'll let
men.
you go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
But I'm saying yes or no. Does that pertain to the men? Because the Most High God commanded men to wear this, especially
Well,
the priests.
well, let me say this. I'll read for you. It says, "And they shall be upon Aaron and his sons." So
So it
it's
pertains
talking
to men.
about Aaron's and his sons. It's not talking about all men.
Okay, that's why. So it pertains to men. I
It
know that
pertains to a
pertains to the priests,
specific. These breaches that they're
specific men.
talking about pertain to specific men, not all men.
Okay, so if a woman is wearing something that pertains to a specific man, like breeches and pants are literally like the same.
That I disagree with that.
Okay, so if a man is wearing, if it's anything that pertains to men, that means like any clothing that pertains to the man, right?
Okay, okay. Well, with
Like the
that,
word
okay, I
pertain.
got you. I see where you're coming from. So with that type of mentality, anything that was originally made for men, women can't wear, right?
Right, and that's the same
Okay.
for
So
women.
when it comes to other articles of clothing, like say glasses, because remember, bifocals supposedly was created by Benjamin Franklin for himself. He was a man, right?
It
So,
wasn't pertain for men. The
hey,
word
well,
pertain means
I mean,
literally made for men, only for men. This is for a
well,
man.
yeah, pertain to, but did we read right there that that pertained to men, or did we just read that those pertain to Aaron's sons? I mean, because the word pertain wasn't used right there, but he said that these will be made for Aaron's sons. So,
No, that was just a command towards Aaron's sons. Like literally,
yeah, but
you
we
have to
didn't
do
read
this.
that it pertained to men.
So what I'm speaking about is the women wearing what pertains to men. Only let's stay on that. I don't know why we're
Okay.
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Aaron's
yeah, yeah,
son.
yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. So let's stay on subject because when you actually go to, if you pull up like a Strong's of any kind, and I can send you a link if you want to, if you want to see the Hebrew
I don't
breakdown.
believe in the Strongs because that's Esau. Esau
Okay,
translated.
so what do
If
you?
you even look in the
Okay,
word Esau, like what Esau means or who is Esau, they say it's the Arabs. I'm not going to look into any other of the strong concordance.
okay,
I know Hebrew. I know Hebrew myself,
okay. So what Hebrew do you know?
like Paleo.
Okay, Paleo Hebrew. Okay, so how sure are you that you know Paleo Hebrew?
Sure enough that I know that the translation of the scriptures is not wrong because I know the
Is
power of the
not
Most High
wrong.
is
So
not
how do you know that your
wrong.
Paleo Hebrew is correct? Because I don't speak a lot of Paleo Hebrew, but I do know how to say some things in Paleo Hebrew, like the greeting, for example. I say Yabarakaka Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's supposed to be Paleo Hebrew. That's what a lot of my elders taught me, and I even still have Akim, who walk around and use tons of Paleo Hebrew. But my question is, how do you know that you're speaking correct Paleo Hebrew?
So that is the thing. That's how I know that the scriptures is solidified and is true in the English because I can never say that that is the correct Hebrew because I was not there to
Ex-
literally be like that is Hebrew, that is Hebrew,
exactly,
that is the translation. So the English is
exactly.
what we have,
So
and the
what?
English is what we have to go by.
So what do you get your understanding from if you think that the Strong's translation could be incorrect, but you know that your Hebrew that you're speaking in
I
may
don't
not be
study the
correct
Bible in
also?
Hebrew. I don't study the Bible in Hebrew. I only study it in English, and I'll
Okay,
only teach it in English.
okay. So I'm trying to understand, like,
How do I understand the
how do you
Bible?
get your understanding and how can you verify what you're learning then?
By keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. That
Okay,
gives me understanding and wisdom.
okay, yeah,
You would not
and
get
I agree.
understanding and wisdom without being obedient.
I agree. I agree. But with that, with you saying that, wouldn't you still
Uh,
get that understanding with using the Strongs and
no, I
using
don't.
Greek?
No,
Why
no, I
wouldn't
would.
you?
I wouldn't use the Strongs.
Uh, but if that's your understanding that Yahweh, the Most High, will bless you by
Hmm.
keeping His law, statutes, commandments, wouldn't He give you? Wouldn't He still give you understanding using the Strongs?
No, why would I use something that like my oppressors are trying to translate the Bible
Okay,
for themselves? To
so
be honest,
okay,
they not translating it for us.
got you, got you. Well, so what Bible do you read? Do you read the King James?
Yeah, King James.
Okay. Now I know that there's doctrines out there that was created by our people, but how sure are we about that? How sure are we that King James was an Israelite?
Probably just by looking into who is King James and his lineage of his
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
Look into that.
I've looked into his
Uh,
lineage. I've done this years ago. Looked into his lineage, and I there's nothing concrete saying that he was an Israelite. Now
almost that don't matter
well,
if he was or wasn't.
I mean, well, you're saying that you don't, you're not reading from the king. I mean, sorry, you're not reading from the Strongs, or you're not using Strongs because it's not written by our people. So
No,
I'm
it's
saying,
just a mistranslation in it. When they say that Esau is the Arabs, that's not correct. So that's when I put
well,
the whole
yeah,
thing
I'm not
down.
saying. Look, listen to me. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
the Strongs is
yeah.
100% correct. I'm not saying that anything is 100% correct because honestly, we know that the enemy has been ruling this world for the past few hundred years. You know what I'm saying? To where they took a lot of our scriptures, a lot of our history, hid it, destroyed it, or intentionally mistranslated. So I'm not saying that anything is out here perfect. I'm not even saying that King James is perfect. Because I honestly I read from the I used to read a lot from the King James, but now I'm starting to go over to
Hmm.
Septuagint because
Yeah,
I see that the Septuagint is closer
yeah.
to what I perceive to be the Hebrew and the Greek. You see what I'm saying? So I like reading from the Septuagint because I see that
So
there's a lot of flaws in the King James. So what I'm saying is that nothing is going to be perfect, but if Yahweh's imparting wisdom into you because you're keeping His law, statutes, commandments, then He should not fail. Also, when it comes to the Strongs, you see what I'm saying?
what? No, what I'm confused about? He's saying nothing can be perfect, but it's scripture in whatever version you will want to read where it says the law is perfect.
Yeah.
Christ told us to be ye therefore perfect, even as our Father is in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Most High is perfect, right, and He's given us command by prophets, by telling us to be perfect, and this is how to be perfect, we have to have a source that is perfect. So there is a
That
book,
source,
there is an instrument.
okay. Now that source is Yahweh.
But
Yahweh
no,
is
there
perfect.
is a so then we don't read the Bible at all, and we just go
No,
by
no, no, no,
spiritual.
no, 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 no.
Okay,
Because the
so the
Bible,
Bible.
see, I'm not saying that just because something isn't perfect that it does not have jewels in there, that it doesn't have gems in there. If I had that logic saying that, okay, the Bible isn't perfect, so I can't read from it, that's a flawed mentality. That's a mentality that we shouldn't have.
So the
Because,
Bible is flawed.
oh no, I'm not saying that. Oh well, I'm saying that the King James version, yes, there are
It,
things in there that are not in that you can't find in the Greek and Hebrew.
so what is a perfect Bible?
I'm not
Which
saying
one?
that there is one. I'm not saying
So
that there is
is
one that
there
we
one
have.
though?
Well, let
Is
me say
there
this.
one?
What is the Bible? What is the Bible?
Okay, so the whole point of the conversation is women should not wear that pertains
Yes,
to men,
and you
and
look.
that goes with pants.
Yeah,
Can we agree
and
to
look,
that?
we were on that. We were talking about that. You just read right there in the King James Bible what breaches are. It literally just
No, no,
described to you.
forget
No,
breaches. Forget the
Ak.
word breaches.
Uh
That's for the priests. I'm
huh.
talking about what pertains to
It's to
men.
men.
Women
Yes.
should not wear. It's
So
many things,
women.
not just pants.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So what Scripture is telling you right there in Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, is that men and women are not supposed to cross dress. Period.
Okay, so pants will be for men, right?
How do you know that?
What is the use for pants for women? What is the use? Like, can you let me answer that? What is the
Mobility.
use for it? How?
Mobility.
How? Like how? I got two daughters, and it's not comfortable for them to wear pants that's on their like vagina, on their ass.
Yeah, nobody should be wearing pants that tight anyways. Men shouldn't be wearing pants that tight.
So why can't a woman wear a dress and a skirt only and all the time?
Well, some women will tell you that I can tell you that sisters will tell you that it's a little harder moving around with dress. Try to lift your legs up with a dress if you're trying to go up something steep, or with a skirt on. That's very and same thing. Moving, walking downstairs, you can get tripped up on it. It's so much.
You still wear undergarments. You still wear something like a pantyhose that's pertaining to women only. That's where you got pantyhose.
Wait, okay. So I gotta get your understanding of because we both know, we can both agree on that cross-dressing is wrong. Your mentality or your doctrine is that pants pertain to men, but can you show me that? That's what I'm asking. Can you show me that
pants pertain to men?
That pants pertain to men.
No. Every army and every military force wear pants.
Yeah.
But and every military, or it's a new age thing for women to be in the military.
I can agree for the most part that in most militaries that they wore pants. The Scots.
No, every single military,
No.
they don't wear shorts. They don't wear. Even the Arabs, their original garments are tunics, are long.
Well, what about the Greek and the Roman?
They change their attire.
What about the Greek and Roman?
They change their attire. They wear pants now.
No. Oh, you're talking about modern times. Okay, I'm talking about ancient times. In ancient times, there was a lot of militaries like the Greeks, the Romans, and even when we go to the Scots, when we go to the Celts, a lot of them didn't wear pants.
Okay, so pants is a new age thing.
Yeah,
but pants is literally created for men. A new age thing that is created for men.
Can you substantiate that claim though? Can you prove it?
It's like the Greeks or our war attire. Is that pertains to men, right?
You said what pertains to
like
men?
War attire, like a breastplate, your shin guards. What else would be like ancient war attire? I don't know, but you know I'm speaking about shin guards, your breastplate.
Yeah, you're talking about basically armor.
Armor.
Yeah.
That a woman should never wear armor, right?
Look,
because that pertains only to men. It was created for men.
Look,
and
let me say this. Thus saith Yahweh, if he says that that women should not wear shin guards, that they shouldn't wear breastplates, or anything to protect their shoulder or military stuff, then yes, that's what Yahweh says we shouldn't do it. But if you can't have anything to substantiate that for Israelite women or men, for that matter, then it's just your opinion and it's your own doctrine.
So can an Israelite woman be in the army? Any army?
I'm not saying that they can.
Or,
Well, I do know this. I do know that the sister Judith, I know that she was leadership in the military.
She was not a leader in the military.
She,
my brother.
well,
Judith,
the brother
Judith
Barak.
not,
Well, did Barak remember this? Barak, remember, he did not want to leave. He did not want to leave the army without her coming.
Because she was a prophetess. Like that doesn't mean that she is.
She is, but at the same time, she's basically like a leader. So
no, okay, I understand that, but she's not wearing the clothes of.
I'm not saying
the
that
army.
she is, but we don't know what she wore.
No, she's not wearing that. She's dressing according to the law. How do you know that?
How can you say that? You weren't there.
Because it's a law to say that she did not wear what pertains to men. So if she didn't dress like the men, I'm not saying that she wore what pertains to men.
I'm saying that you don't know what she wore.
She didn't wear what they wore. I know that. That's what I'm saying. She didn't wear like attire because the men had it on. It pertains to them.
Okay.
So she didn't wear it.
Whether that is true or not, you are failing to
prove
that though.
No, she's a prophetess and she was righteous, so she kept the law, and I know that.
Yes, she was a prophetess, and yes, she did keep the law. But what I'm saying, Ak, is first of all, you're not proving whether or not pants is something that pertains to women or men. You're not proving, you can't prove what she wore because you weren't there at the time. Or, I mean, Yahweh could have given you a vision or a dream and you probably could have saw her. But I'm going to assume, since you haven't said that, that you didn't see that. You didn't get a vision from Yahweh or anything like that. So you don't know. You can't prove that. You can't prove what she wore.
We agreed that pants is a warlike attire, right?
I didn't say that. I don't agree with that.
Do every military wear pants?
I don't agree that pants are warlike attire. Why? Because women in the East, let me say this out. Women in the East wore pants also for farming. So I want to say
what military you know that wear anything that's not pants?
Are you talking about
give me anyone?
You talking about modern times?
Anytime before the 1800s and up.
Okay, 1800s up. So you're talking about 1800s to modern day.
The past 200 years, yeah.
I mean, I mean, if you want to consider tribal people, I mean, we could throw some in there. But if you're talking about modern military, that's we usually don't wear that. But if we're talking about pants in general, pants is more than just 200 years. You got to realize that.
No, I understand that, but if okay, can you name any women that wore pants? Can you just name me that? Women in time periods, when did they wear pants?
Okay, well, I'm sure you're familiar with Japanese women.
Right.
Yeah, they have a specific pants. Also, Turkey too.
No, when did they what? No, I'm big in Asiatic stuff. Okay. What pants of Japanese and what culture? What did they wear for? What is the reason?
Oh man, let me pull it up real quick because I forget the name of the Japanese. Pants.
They big on cultural stuff. So if they wearing with pants, it's for a reason.
Yeah, they have them for their samurai women because of course women
was not samurai. That's they big on that. They for sure don't let their women.
I mean, sorry, not samurai, but it's for like martial arts. It's they wear this attire for one of their martial arts.
They barely let that happen too. Like they're big on that. Like they real big on that. Even still today, they barely let.
Let me find this for you real quick, if I can. I forget these pants are called. Sorry, I'm over here looking. Okay, I believe these pants are called Hakama pants.
Yeah, the samurai pants. I know exactly what you're talking about. Kind of baggy, almost like the MC Hammer pants.
Yeah, and they were worn by women and worn by men. And
for what though?
They've been wearing.
What did they wear for?
Oh, they said they've been wearing them in imperial courts.
So it's like a business wear.
It's for
like business formal wear.
It's for whatever they wore for whatever. But what's your point though?
So that is one culture that is not of our people. Like
Exactly, but
our people didn't wear that.
But
That's
Western
what, like,
culture is
we
not
know
our
that we're not
culture.
supposed to do what the heathens do.
But Western culture is not our culture, Ak. Is this
Okay,
our culture? This
so-
culture that we're living in right now, is this ours?
No. So
Exactly.
why is our women wearing pants? Then?
Why are our men wearing pants?
Okay, so why are women wearing pants? Can you, like,
I don't look.
Are you getting out of the pants if you're not supposed to wear it either?
If I'm look,
Are
if
you
Look,
transitioning?
let me say
Are you
this.
trying to?
If there was a law that said Israel is not supposed to wear pants, I would not be wearing pants right now.
So it's a law that Israel's supposed to separate themselves from whoever is not Israel, like all our enemies, right? Don't do nothing. Envy not thy oppressors. Don't choose none of his ways. I mean, so many scriptures to say don't do what they do.
And see, look, Akim tried to use that script for everything, but
I mean, I can give you a lot of scriptures that says don't do that.
Sorry.
I can Jeremiah 10, like it's so many scriptures that says don't do what other nations are doing.
Mm-hmm. And most of that, when you actually go and break that down, it's talking about their customs. Their customs.
Clothing is also a custom.
Yeah, but clothing also, there's specific, as we see, like those breaches that we read about. That's for that specific subculture within Israel, the priestly
like fringes.
culture.
Fringes as well. That's our culture, and that's basically the word that you use.
Yeah. Fringes with the border of blue, because we know that other nations wore fringes too. So
right.
But what I'm saying is that, pants were worn for, if you read just the history of pants were worn for so many different things. People wore for war, people wore for farming, people even wore for style. So,
but not for Israel though.
Yeah, of course, and that's where we agree. So we agree that Israel didn't wear it, but there's no law saying that we could not wear these pants, that we can't wear pants.
There's the law that says a woman should not wear that which pertaineth to a man. So in any time period, if any heathens or any nation created pants for men, then our women shouldn't wear it.
But see, that's why I brought up the whole glasses thing, because there's a lot of different clothing that women wear today that our brothers don't have an issue with women wearing, like baseball caps, for example. Baseball caps were made for men. Mm-hmm. If you want to put it that way, baseball caps were made for men. Yet I see brothers in camps who will tell sisters not to wear pants, letting their wives wear these baseball caps with little glitter and stuff on it. So it's
baseball caps with glitter.
Yeah, you know how these sisters wear the baseball caps that have glitter and have little cute stuff on there that women like. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nah, not really.
Well, there was like this trend that our sisters was going through for the past few years where they wear these like jean. They usually have like denim. They're like denim baseball caps with designs on it or whatever. But anyways, like I said, I will see brothers out there saying, sisters not to wear pants and stuff like that. Yet they let their wives and their ribs wear these baseball caps, which were originally made for men. You see what I'm saying? And you mentioned pantyhose earlier. Do you know where pantyhose came from?
Pantyhose did not come from the Romans. It's not.
Oh well, I wasn't gonna say Romans, but basically pantyhose are very similar to the stockings that men wore in antiquity.
I understand, and it didn't come from them in that.
I'm not saying that.
I'm sure that was probably like very old, very, very old.
But see what I'm noticing about you, and I'm not, no disrespect, but I'm just hearing nothing but assumptions. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just assume.
So who created pantyhose? Do you know who created?
Oh no, I do
right.
not.
So then we both are assuming.
But I do know that
so there's no point in you bringing that up.
I do know that men wore.
I know that. We both know that.
Yeah.
But who was it created for?
I have no clue.
We know that it's created for women. Like, why would they create pantyhose for men? because that wouldn't really make sense
But
if we had like draws
I
or
don't
breeches.
I don't get that point. But um,
Like
anyways, just
breeches is
going back to the
wouldn't that be draws like undergarments?
yeah, I would agree that pantyhose are undergarments, but that's what you do know that that's what breeches are, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
Pantyhose, undergarments,
yeah.
all
No,
the same because you don't want your nakedness to be seen.
yeah, but what I'm saying is that breeches are undergarments. They're not pants. They are literally boxer shorts.
No, I understand that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if a one, only reason why I brought up pantyhose is when you brought up women when they wear pants or dresses or skirts and to not be seen like going walking up a steep hill and
Hmm.
stuff of that sort, they could wear pantyhose. That's what women, our sisters back in the day used to wear and things of that sort. Older women still wear pantyhose because they still wear dresses. A lot of older women don't even wear pants because it was never their custom.
Yeah, I would say that most of our people just most people in general just didn't really wear pants. Most if you look at most customs and cultures around the world, most of them didn't wear pants at all. So most of them wore tunics for the most part.
Okay, so why wouldn't you have your wife get out of that transition? Because it was never for our people, I
Well,
guess,
I
and
look.
it's for sure never for the women.
Well, see, the reason why I don't is because there's not a law saying that we
Okay.
can't. And
So I'm gonna
if
let Christ be able to tell you, because that's the only person I guess you listen to. You don't.
go
The,
ahead, go
what
ahead.
is that pertaining to? Like, it's that simple law. What does that mean, bro? Like, what does that mean? Where that pertains to a man? What pertains to men? What clothing pertains to men? Can you answer that?
I can't tell you that pants
All
do.
right, then that doesn't make sense, and you're clueless about that law. You don't understand that law, I guess.
Well, look,
Can you tell me what pertains to a man?
clothing that are made for men.
Yeah,
That
which
is
one are
what
those?
pertains to men. Clothing that are made
Which
for specifically
which
for
one? Well, like
men.
what clothes?
A men's tunic.
A man's tunic. What does it look like? What is a man's tunic? Wouldn't that be almost like a dress for a
Look,
woman?
honestly, I don't know what a man's tunic looked like because I didn't live during that time. I'm not going to sit here and make up stuff like, oh, well, I know what a man's tunic looked like. I didn't live 2,000 years ago. I don't know what a woman's tunic looked like. But I just know that back then they knew the difference between a man's clothing and women's clothing.
So the law still is valid today, right? So that law is still whatever the time period changed,
Yeah.
how people change their clothing, is still clothing that pertains to men today, right?
Yeah.
And because people don't wear tunics no more like that, it will be pants, skirts, and dresses. Skirts and dresses for the women, pants, like, and I guess other like shorts, maybe things of that sort for the men, suits and all that stuff, I guess.
But look, let me say this also. You do know that some of these things vary depending on culture. For example, like here in the United States, we wouldn't wear skirts, right? Men, we'd be like, oh man, now that brother bugging if he's wearing a skirt, right? That's
Yeah.
what most of us would say from just coming from the United States. But if we go over to Scotland, where they wear kilts, which are literal skirts, they think that that's all right and that's fine because that's part of their culture. That pertains to their men of that culture. Women don't wear kilts over there. The men do. So what I'm saying is also it varies off of cultural differences. So we can't sit here and say, oh well, just because in the United States pants were seen as a manly thing, that doesn't mean that it was the same thing in Israel or in other cultures around the world. You see what I'm
Have
saying?
you have you seen the word dress or skirt in the Bible for a woman?
Uh, no, I haven't.
Okay,
Not
so
that I'm aware of.
if there is a scripture that says like a woman had on a dress or a skirt, then that means our sisters was wearing dresses and skirts.
Well, I do know that it does mention, I believe, young Israelite men wearing skirts. If I remember correctly, I believe I think it's in Exodus. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I know that Egyptians wore skirts. Yeah, skirts is mentioned. 7 times the script. I'm trying to see if I can.
Well, skirts is like in certain scriptures in the Bible is just like meaning like your nakedness or your
Yeah,
sin.
yeah, and I got that. But also sometimes it will give a gender to it too. Like right here in Lamentations, it says her filthiness is in her skirt. You know what I'm saying? So it's giving the feminine spirit or connotation to skirt. You see what I'm saying? But
Right.
let me see. Okay, so right here in Psalms 133 verse 2 it says, so we seen that right there in Limitations. It pertained to a woman. It used a woman. Okay, basically. Right here in Psalms 133 verse 2 it says, it is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garment. So we see that skirts, was used with men and women. So I don't know.
Nah, the skirts of his
What's the
garment
point of that?
that wouldn't have meant because a garment is a garment. A skirt in that sentence is not used as that is the garment. A skirt. The skirts of the garment. It seems like the bottom of the garment or the
Yeah,
sides of the garment.
yeah. That's what I've always understood it as. But let me.
Hey, Shalom. How you doing, brother? That's good.
Yeah. So, what were we talking about? I kind of forgot what was the point we were on.
Yeah, I'm still trying to see. It's not too many where it goes specifically what is a garment or what is a attire. Like the what women wore in the scriptures too much, but it's like,
Yeah, I'm listening, Ak.
but it's I would say it's if there's like it's nothing new under the sun, and if we look at women attire like they wear dresses and skirts that look proper, I would, I mean if you think about it, I have 2 daughters. I will definitely put my daughters in a dress and a skirt because it doesn't show their body. You can't see their body form and things of that sort. So that would be a modest apparel, and that would be something that is more righteous than pants. And that's why
Yeah,
I would understand and I would know that if a woman is wearing pants and that is a garment that is tightly on the body, that is not modest. And
yeah.
also, more men are wearing pants. Like it's more, you have to wear pants like for certain work and things of that sort. So it's like I would
Well,
never think.
yeah.
I, huh?
Sorry, slap.
No, I was just saying I would never think that it's custom for a woman to just wear pants because in society they wasn't even able to wear pants. Then even in I believe in 1934 was like the first woman to wear like a suit, a pant like business suit because they wasn't wearing that. There was no need for it because women didn't work and they didn't have no reason to be wearing pants.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, what you said, I can agree with a lot of what you said. But also at the same time, you said that basically pants was made for a certain type of work. I mean, we're not in Israel today, and our sisters are doing a lot of jobs that our women didn't do before. You know what I'm saying? And even still, some of the work that our women did do, like farming and stuff like that. Many cultures around the world wore pants specifically for farming. And then even when we go to Israel, a lot of our men just in general didn't wear pants. You know, no matter what work they did, you know, whether they're working the field or whatnot. But my point and what I'm trying to say is that if anything, if you want to be on the safe side, I would say that men nor women should wear pants at all, because we don't necessarily know exactly what our people did and didn't wear in the past. We do know that we had certain things that we were supposed to have in our clothing, like fringes, for example. But we really just don't know. And that's the thing. I think the problem with a lot of our people in our community, the Hebrew Israelite community, is that there's too many brothers and sisters who think they know. They say, yeah, this is what it is. I know this, but it's like, can you prove it though? If you can't prove it in scripture, is really just opinion. And not just only scripture, just if you can prove it, then it is what it is. But a lot of us, we like to say like, oh, this is what it is, but we can't prove it. We can sit here and say, oh, this is the language we spoke. This is Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, that we're learning in a lot of these Hebrew camps and schools. This is Hebrew. This is what our ancestors spoke. But it's like, are you sure? How do you know? Did you live back then? You know anyone who passed that language down generation, unblemished? No. So, you know, it's the same thing with this doctrine of pants. You know, people say, oh, well, sisters can't wear pants, but can you prove it? Can you prove what our people wore? Can you prove what Yahweh approves of and don't approve of when it comes to clothing? The one thing that we can agree upon is that men are not supposed to cross-dress. So I'm not going to wear anything. What that means to me is I'm not going to wear anything that's going to confuse me with a woman. And that a woman shouldn't wear anything that's going to confuse her with a man. That's why I understand. That's why I get from script when I read Deuteronomy 22. I get that. Go ahead.
So, like, if a woman wear pants and you like, she walking, let's say if it's not tight on her clothes, it's kind of baggy, like a man. She has on a hoodie or a jacket on with the hood on her head. You don't know if that's a man or a woman, so it's confusion, right?
Yeah, I will agree that.
So the pants got to be a sin. It got to be. If you think about it, like if a man had on that dress.
But that's your opinion, and I can respect it if you want your wife and your daughters to wear pants. But with me in my household, with my rib, if me and her come to the understanding, if we both come to the understanding that it's not a sin to wear pants, then that's our business, and we have to deal with the Most High on that, whether we're right or wrong. Same thing in your situation. So what I say is, hey, you got your own house, worry about your house, and if that's how you believe it, that's your understanding of script, so be it. But over here, this is my house, this is how we operate. I find no sin in there, at least with the scripture that I have.
Is it modest though?
Yeah, my wife doesn't wear things that are not modest. I mean, immodest.
It's pants, period, modest. Period. Pants on a woman.
You can find modest pants for women. Yes, you can.
Find modest pants. You cannot find modest pants.
Okay, so
it's not modest pants.
So every dress and every skirt is modest, right?
No.
Exactly. So how you gonna say that every pants? But how you gonna say every pants is immodest?
No, pants by itself is that modest. Like on the hip.
You want my honest opinion? Okay, my honest opinion is yes, you can find modest pants. Pants can be modest.
On the hip area?
Say that again, Ak?
On the hip area? It was saying $5.
Hip area.
$5 and like 30. Yeah, like the
crotch,
hip, the torso,
the crotch,
like the ass, the hips.
If
like,
you wear look
something that's like pants that's loose on that.
If you get
the curvature.
Have you ever heard of harem pants?
Huh?
Have you ever heard of harem pants?
Ring pants?
Harem. Harem. Those
you saying hooray?
Harem. I think it's pronounced harem. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but these are Turkish trousers that women have worn for thousands of years over in the East, and they look pretty modest to me. They look.
Is that what your wife wears? Is that what your wife is wearing? Whatever your wife
no, that's not what my wife is wearing.
Is that modest, bro?
Yeah, what my wife is wearing is modest.
What,
It
the
doesn't
picture
show.
that I
It
saw,
doesn't show
the
indentation of her
picture,
butt crack.
no, all right,
It doesn't
all right,
show
the
no
picture.
indentation of her vagina.
All right. The picture that I saw, if she didn't have on that hoodie, you could see her ass, like the curvature of her ass.
You sure? Because I see my wife in those
I can
pants
go
all the
back to
time.
the picture. I can send it to you.
I know. I see my wife all the time. So how you gonna tell me that?
I'm looking at the picture. These are sweats. If like they not even pants, but they're still sweats, and you can still. I could see where her calf muscle and her thigh extend. I can see where it extends in her thigh. So if I could see the difference of her calf muscle and her thigh, that's not it's not modest. All right.
It's not modest. How?
No.
How's it not modest?
Okay. Some people are weird that they literally can look at that and literally have lust desires after a person or after a woman.
And it's the same thing with a skirt.
Just from that.
It's the same thing with a skirt.
Not really. It's not the same.
Look, let me say this. Let me say this.
Most of the time, a man will look at a woman's face and be like, "Oh, she's beautiful," or see her countenance as her face. Just like with Susanna. Susanna was keeping the law, so I'm sure she wasn't having her body out. So she was just beautiful to the elder men. But like a fleshly desire is because women are showing their flesh, or showing the body of the flesh, or the what you call almost the silhouette. That's what you really see is the silhouette of what a woman body will look like without the clothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it immodest.
Okay, so I got it. That's your opinion of it being unmodest.
All right, so let Christ be the one to solidify that.
Exactly,
So,
and I agree, and I agree with that. So,
okay. Shalom.
So yeah, he couldn't even. he had to leave because he couldn't even defend himself. He couldn't even explain. As you see, the whole time he was going around circles and circles and circles and circles. He couldn't even substantiate anything he was saying. So, anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to show you guys. Peace out, shalom, and Yahweh bless.